Now let's talk weather. The storm that hit the Pikes Peak region Wednesday may not have had the intensity of the storm that hit our region same time 2018, but there was still damage done in the Cheyenne Creek area. Several homes saw damage to roofs, windows, gutters, major leaf debris littering the streets, yards, and the creek itself. Experts say while the damage may look minimal at first glance, it's still important to have your homes examined after these kind of storms to make sure there aren't any surprises that might cost you later.
You're going to want to look at all the accessories on the roof. You know, everything. You're going to want to look at the window screens, the metal around your windows, a complete inspection, not just the roof and gutters.
And Interstate Roofing says even if the damage does appear minimal, your insurance still owes you for the damage done. They also say granules from roof shingles will wash out because of hail damage and cause further issues if they're not addressed immediately. A much calmer day across southern Colorado today, but you can see those clouds out there. Mike Daniels joins us with First Alert 5.
Thank you, Elizabeth. After yesterday's volatility, today we are flying the friendly skies. Not a single thunderstorm anywhere across Colorado Springs or Pueblo. That's an outflow boundary right there. Going to create some wind across portions of Pueblo County. Had a severe thunderstorm just north of Rush earlier this afternoon. Had reports of hailstones about quarter size out of that. That thing has moved off to the east right now. Still have a severe thunderstorm warning for that cell out over open country well east of Colorado Springs. Couple of thunderstorms in the far southeastern corner. A lot of lightning with those thunderstorms as they push off to the east at about 25 miles per hour. Really hot in Pueblo, 100 earlier. You're still at 98. We've got some of that rain-cooled air in Colorado Springs. Very pleasant right now. For your finally Friday, you get a hot lunch tomorrow, 89 and 94 at noon. Still hot and steamy tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. The big story of the next several days is going to be the heat. Coming up, I'll tell you how hot and for how long.
Mike, thanks. Right now, investigators looking for a man who shot at Springs Police at Pikeview Reservoir near Garden of the Gods in Nevada overnight. Police were called about a man firing a gun into the water, and when he was confronted by officers, they say he started shooting at them. 3 officers fired back. It's unclear if he was hit. If you know anything about this case, please contact the El Paso County Sheriff's Office that's investigating. A man suspected of making a series of bomb threats against law enforcement in several states has been caught in Trinidad. U.S. Marshals say 29-year-old Jake Ruther made several bomb threats against jails, police departments, and courthouses in Kansas and Arizona. He's facing multiple charges like making terrorist threats and false reporting.
All right, take a look at your screen. Springs police say this man, 24-year-old Anthony Ligorio, under arrest tonight for soliciting for child prostitution. There could be more victims out there if you wish to come forward. Police want to talk to you. We have the number to call there on your screen, and in the online version of the story, just go to KOAA.com.
The coronavirus pandemic has had a major impact on many industries, but News 5's Patrick Nelson learned when it comes to buying and selling homes, things are not slowing down, and people need to be ready for some fierce competition.
Real estate agents tell me if you want to buy a home here in El Paso County, you better be ready to compete with a surging number of people also looking to buy. People are making offers of $10,000 to $15,000 higher than the asking price on the same day some of these homes are listed.
I'm telling you, it would come up in an hour, be gone. And you're like, where'd the house go? Because I'm like, let's go look at this. It's like, it's not available anymore. I'm like, what? So it's very competitive.
Working with local real estate agent John Harding, Kara O'Brien recently managed to sell and buy a home in Colorado Springs. Her home sold the first day at $10 grand over her asking price. But buying her next home was tough.
As soon as it came up, I was like, let's go look at it. It'd be gone. And then to compete with other people is hard.
Eventually, Kara made an aggressive move and secured a home.
I looked at the house online, and John put down the bid for it, and I got it. And then I was like, well, can we go see what I bought?
The market is just as hot as it can be. You know, we have this great demand in Colorado Springs and surrounding communities, but so little inventory. I mean, it is a fighting match for just about any property that comes on the market.
Here's your rebound rundown. Despite COVID-19, people are still buying and selling homes. Locally, there's a low inventory of homes for sale, making for a high buyer demand as costs increase for renters. Buyers need a competitive strategy in this climate. Experts urge people to start planning now for home ownership.
Clients that haven't planned are in for a shock. And that's why this story is so important, to give them an idea, an insight into what's happening in the real estate market.
A combination of expert advice, real estate strategies, and grant programs can help you to have success in this housing market. I've posted some of those resources on our website, koaa.com/rebound. Always watching out for you. Patrick Nelson, News 5.
Patrick, thanks. Happening tonight in Pueblo, City Council set to officially vote on the hiring of an outside mediator to try and settle the long-standing dispute over the Christopher Columbus Monument. Public comment will be taken during the virtual meeting. It begins at 5:30. For clarification, the mayor has already moved forward with hiring the mediator, Fred Galvez, a Pueblo native who works as an attorney in California, but council still must sign off on that hire. We're going to have a full report for you coming up on News 5 at 10.
Tonight, the Army is launching an independent investigation into the culture among the ranks at Fort Hood, Texas. During today's visit, Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy said the murder of Fort Hood soldier Vanessa Gillen served as a tipping point for change. Her remains were found dismembered and burned on June 30th, 2 months after she disappeared. Family members say she complained to them about being sexually harassed.
The numbers are high here. They are the highest in most cases for sexual assault and harassment and murders for our entire formation, the U.S. Army. So we are getting an outside look to help us to get to those root causes and understand that so that we can make those changes.
And Secretary McCarthy said the Army has rolled out Project Inclusion, aimed to address issues including discrimination, lack of diversity, sexual harassment. He says changes will be made and Congress will be notified once the investigation is complete and those recommendations are in.
Still ahead on News 5 at 5, you won't need a tie, but you will need a reservation. I don't know who writes this stuff. That's the next time you climb the Manitou Incline. We're going to tell you how many people are allowed to go and more on that new system that kicked in today.
And still to come, the city dumped how much money into park bathrooms? We'll give you a peek inside the new state-of-the-art facilities. That's next on News 5 at 5. Stay with us.
Thanks for staying with us. The wait is over. The Incline in Manitou Springs back open for hikers, but by reservation only. Today, the first day that people able to use those reservations. The city of Manitou, Colorado Springs, Forest Service all agreeing finally on a new reservation system to allow folks to go online, reserve a free time to hike up the incline. Parks and Recreation staff verified each person's reservation with a wristband. Hikers told us the online system seems to work, but volume could still be a challenge, they think.
It was pretty effective in a sense. I could see how maybe people might get frustrated if there's like a high reservation volume or something like that. You know, I don't know if it would be too busy or whatever, how long the wait time would be when it is really busy, you know, but it worked out pretty well and I'm a fan of it.
So keep in mind, right now they are allowing 35 people only every half hour to go up. You can make reservations to hike any day of the week, 6 a.m., 6 p.m. We've got the link to Parks and Rec's reservation page right now at KOAA.com.
New high-tech restrooms at Bancroft Park provide a unique experience, but coming with a hefty price tag. The automatic restrooms opened about a month ago as part of the Bancroft Park Band Shell project, costing the city over $1 million. The toilets provide a hygienic experience with sliding doors, automatic toilet paper dispenser, no-touch sink with a sanitizing washdown after every 30 uses. Another benefit is the time limit feature.
When you walk in, there's a voice that lets you know that, hey, you've got 10 minutes. You'll be warned. You'll be given a warning, probably about 9 minutes. And if the door has still not been pressed to be opened, after 10 minutes, there's an alarm goes off. So that prevents a lot of loitering.
Park staff can be alerted remotely when supplies need to be restocked, and the restrooms close on a schedule, making these bathrooms lower maintenance.
Your forecast for the weekend is good and hot. 90s and triple digits across the viewing area, but will you have to dodge any of those afternoon thunderstorms? Have the answer for you next right here. Thanks for watching News 5 at 5.
This is your First Alert 5 weather with Mike Daniels.
Welcome back. That's a live on News 5 look downtown Colorado Springs. Blue skies, sunshine, just a perfect day out there right now. The current temperature in the Springs out at the airport anyway is, survey says, 81 degrees, relative humidity at 32%. Out at the airport, north breeze at 9 miles per hour. Live look across Pueblo right now, looking out toward the Baculite Mesa. It's still really hot, 98 degrees. And you talk about dry, relative humidity right now at just 10%. Let's head south into Trinidad. That's a live look from Trinidad, looking out across the city, across all the way out there to the iconic Fisher's Peak, which sits 7 miles north of the New Mexico border. A few fair weather clouds out there. It is really nice all across southern Colorado right now. Live look from CC Bennett Avenue, doing a little bit of business up there. That's good to see. Here's your big weather story. Here's what's going to happen around here, not only tomorrow, but all the way through the weekend. We're going to pick up that downslope flow, scours out that low-level moisture. That's the fuel for thunderstorms. So the big weather word tomorrow is sunny, and we are going to be in heat once again. Afternoon high temperatures real close to what we had today across the viewing area, and what you see is pretty much what you get. Weekend forecast in the Springs, hot and dry. Thankfully, a few fair weather clouds start to filter in during the afternoon, but you will have plenty of that sunburned sunshine. And in Pueblo, how about highs into the triples both Saturday and Sunday? Summer sizzle big time for at least the next several days. Here's how your finally Friday shakes out. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., already into the low 80s with nothing but sunshine all across southeastern Colorado. We will start to see a few fair weather clouds start to build in mid to late afternoon. Got a couple of pop-up light showers. That stuff will probably sear back to vapor before it ever has a chance to reach the ground. That's how dry it's going to be in the lower layers of the atmosphere. Even at sunset tomorrow evening, mostly clear skies up and down the I-25 corridor. Really quiet out there now compared to what we had yesterday. Nothing happening anywhere across Colorado Springs. Thunderstorm over Calhoun, another one over Rush, just bringing some beneficial rainfall. Tracking that outflow boundary moving across northern Pueblo County right now, going to kick up some strong wind across the Pueblo area as that thing pushes from north to south. These are updated 5 o'clock temperatures. Pueblo, you've got the distinction of being the hottest temperature anywhere across the viewing area right now. Canyon City, you're at 90 degrees, but it is just really warm across most parts of southeastern Colorado. Look for mostly clear skies overnight tonight. It's going to be a very comfortable night with calm conditions. Hot stuff for your finally Friday. Afternoon high temperatures tomorrow into those triple digits across parts of the lower Arkansas River Valley. No big change again over the weekend. Lots of sunburned sunshine, tracking a real weak cold front that comes in early Monday morning. That'll knock temperatures back by about 5 degrees. A little more low-level moisture, so I've thrown in a token scattered thunderstorm possible, operative word possible, and then it's just plain old hot and dry again Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday. Pueblo, where are all those Canadian cold fronts when you really need them? Of course, you get them in December and January. Nothing to be found. Yes, it'll be cool Monday, 5 degrees cooler than Sunday. Seems funny to say cooling to 95, but that will be the case. Painfully dry in Pueblo for the next 7 days. Keep those sprinklers running. In Canyon City, I've got you dry for the next 7 as well. Stay close to that AC or find yourself a big shade tree and something really cold to drink with those highs consistently into the 90s for the next 7 days. Woodland Park, it'll be a warm, dry weekend. Thunderstorm possible by Monday. It's an isolated passing PM thunderstorm. Other than that, you're going to be dry as well for at least the next 7 days. All right, let's talk traffic right now. No major accidents, no major delays anywhere across Colorado Springs. It is a little slow through the downtown area. That's very typical, though, for this time of the day. Drive times on Powers and Academy. It's slow, really slow on Academy, both southbound and northbound. Pack your patience there. Denver drive times, look at that. You get the green flag from the Springs to Denver, through the Gap, and also from the Springs to Monument. That's it for now.
Mike, thanks. If you were planning a drive on Gold Camp Road tomorrow, be aware it is closing from Captain Jack's Trailhead above Helen Hunt Falls to turnout number 5. The closure is running from 6 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. Workers are installing a gate on the north end. It's expected to be the last closure for the improvement project included in the North Cheyenne Canyon Master Plan, and signs will be posted.
Sometimes just having someone to talk to makes all the difference. A woman's health struggle, how she's overcoming it, and what we all can learn from her story. That's coming up in Your Healthy Family.
Colorado.
In tonight's Health Watch, new data suggests that asymptomatic COVID people may shed as much of the virus as symptomatic patients. Researchers in South Korea studied 303 people who tested positive for COVID-19, were isolated in a community treatment center. Among those, 110 were asymptomatic at the time of isolation, but nearly a fifth later developed symptoms. But the scientists found the viral load in asymptomatic patients was similar to those in symptomatic patients.
Taking vitamin D and calcium twice a day could help keep vertigo away. That's according to new research conducted in Korea. The study included nearly 1,000 vertigo patients who had been successfully treated using a series of head movements. About half took vitamin D and calcium supplements. The others did not. And researchers found that people who took the supplements twice daily were 24% less likely to get vertigo again. The benefit was even greater for those who were deficient in vitamin D to begin with.